Crazy. I have got this amazing hat fascinator that I'm going to be wearing for a podcast in just a little bit. And I figured I would match my shirt to work with it. Isn't it wild? So Blake and I are about to podcast about the series finale of The Crown, that amazing show that was on Netflix. They dropped the final episodes just a little while ago, and Blake and I have been tackling about one episode per week to share our thoughts and really delve deep into the episode. And today we finally have the time and the availability to podcast about this series finale, which blows my mind. It blows my mind that this series is done. So if you watched The Crown, let me know in the comments below. But no matter what, whether you watch The Crown or not, do me a favor and drop a hashtag #HelloLovely right down there in the comments below. It is the way to wave, say a little hi over the internet. And yeah, I'm going to do some makeup because I'm going to be podcasting with this fascinator hat going on. Hi, Michaela. How are you? Hi, Veronica. Good to see you. So let's take that off for a little second and get things rocking and rolling. That hat is precious. Thank you. Thanks so much, Michaela. It is precious. I got this. I mean, I could probably do my makeup with it still on, to be honest. I got this years ago. I think at like in a, I don't know, some kind of like a antique store or something, and I fell in love with it. And I already have a white fascinator. I got a white fascinator years ago for Will and Kate's royal wedding. So I actually wore a fascinator on that day to work. I was working in a movie business at that time, and I wore it all day. And I just figured, you know what? I'm gonna like bring the love of the wedding here, because in this episode of The Crown, in the series finale episode of The Crown that we're going to be podcasting about today, there is a wedding that takes place, and there's also the talk of death that takes place. So I was going back and forth if I was going to dress for the podcast in mourning clothes, because not only was there death, but like the series was coming to an end, or if I wanted to be excited and celebratory like I was going to a wedding. So here it is. That's what we're doing. I'm just starting things off, putting on a little bit of makeup. I'm using my BB cream. This is my lightly tinted with SPF product. You saw that I just sprayed my face with a bit of Prime and Set spray. I have found that when my skin is dry, which it's been particularly the past couple of weeks, just with the heat really kicking things up, you can even hear it in my voice, that one of the things that, I'm going to take this off while I do this part of my makeup. One of the things that is really useful for me is putting a little bit of that Prime and Set mist on my face as I apply products. So as I apply either my concealer or my creamy foundations, it just helps it glide even more, just because my face might be parched. But also when you apply that Prime and Set mist, it is going to help it lock in place. So if you have texture like fine lines or large pores, having a little bit of that setting spray, that Prime and Set mist on top of your foundation, and you can kind of press it and meld it into your skin, it really makes your makeup look like it's your natural skin, which is the look that I frequently go for. I don't usually go for like full coverage. I've got loads and loads of freckles and, you know, my own natural flush, but I do want it to sit nicely on top of this, you know, into the skin, so that way it looks like it's my natural skin. So have you watched the finale of The Crown? Are you a fan of that show? Let me know. And this month long, all month long, at minutewithmary.com, which is the site where, of course, I sell my makeup and my skincare. It is all about looks for love. So we're talking lips, we're talking eyes, we're doing all sorts of fun things with that. So if you like to add some color, you like to add a little definition to those areas, this is the month for it. I can get you a nice sale for it. Or if there's anything else that you are needing at this time, I'm here for you, as always. All right, I'm going to take my all-in-one color stick. This is the shade Chocolate Souffle. And in case you can't tell right now, I am part vampire. February is my palest month of the year. I have not used any self tanner on myself for quite some time. It is what it is. This is Vampire Mary. So when I go in with either bronzing or contouring, I don't want my face to be totally tan and then to have, you know, really bare and light neck, but I do want to add some warmth and some definition into my face. So this is my deeper of the two, what are these? All-in-one color sticks that are more meant for bronzing and for contouring. The other shade is a bit lighter. It's called Barely Bronzed. Let me show you these two, so you can really see the difference right there. So this one is great for people who are new to contouring and bronzing, once again with more of a light tone. But if you have a cooler undertone, meaning you have some pink into your undertones, this one right here, Chocolate Souffle, is really nice, but you just need to go with a very light touch. If this part overwhelms you, I'd go with the Barely Bronzed, but Barely Bronzed is also fantastic for my warm toned friends. So I'm just going to take just the tiniest little smidge. You could see it's such a deep color, but it does have some of those cooler undertones that I personally like when I'm going for more of a contoured look. So I'm just trying to get some definition since we are going to be recording in the studio. Super excited as I'm like maneuvering around. Sorry, I've got this mirror right here and it was blocking all of my brushes. Get out of my way. I need my brushes. Here we go. Here's the one that I wanted. This is my sculpting brush. You can see it's nice and angled. So I apply it right there. Hi, Holly. How are you? Good to see you, my friend. I saw that you went on a scouting trip. I hope that it was good and fun. I'd love to know how the family's been doing. It's been so long. It has been so long since I've seen you and your family. But yeah, we're going to be podcasting about The Crown, and it's coming to a close. It's so sad when a beloved show ends with a series finale, not just a season finale, because then at least you know that there's more coming, but a series finale like what The Crown just had. It's quite sad. You're saying goodbye to a friend. You're saying goodbye to a show that kept you company, that made you laugh or cry. And so it's just, it's been a wonderful run. I, of course, have watched all of the seasons of it, and I absolutely adored it. I am going to go in with a smidge more of this color right over here. So because it's such a deep color, and I didn't even do over here, how silly am I? Since it's such a deep color, I use a very small amount of the product at first, and then I blend it, and then you can always add more. And this is a great tip for anything, blush, eyeshadows. Always start off small, and then you can add in more wherever you see fit. Really has been forever. Hope you guys are well. We are, Holly. Give my love to the family. But I'm so glad that you're doing well, and I love social media because you're allowed to still keep in touch with friends, you know, virtually, and see what people are up to. So I'm always grateful for that. I'm going to take a smidge of this product on my nose. This is contouring my nose. So my nose is a bit wide, especially when I'm podcasting on camera. So you can actually contour in a little closer, and it just makes the shadow appear to be further in, to make my nose appear a little bit thinner. So yeah, kids have been great. We've been super busy. I mean, this is the busy season of life. It was funny. I was talking with a friend of mine who doesn't have children in his life right now, and he was asking me, he's like, why are you just so busy with the kid stuff? And I said, this is the season. You know, there's a season with babies, and they just truly need you to survive all the time. And then I'm now in the season of they're in loads of activities, and it's so exciting, and I want to be there for it. And they also still need me. They need me to be their driver. I'm, you know, full on taxi mode. And I know that pretty soon it's going to come to a point where I'm bringing them places and they don't want to go with me. You know, like those teen and preteen and all that kind of stuff is coming. So I am soaking up as much as I can of these different activities. I just put a little bit of the all-in-one color stick in the shade Peony Pink. This is a really nice light flush shade. This is very buildable too, so you don't have to worry about using too little. But to me, this is the shade that I turn if I go outside on a very cold day like today here in Rhode Island. And I'm just blending it there. You can even use your finger. The warmth from your finger is really nice as well. All right, once I finish with this little bit, I'll be able to put that precious little hat, that fascinator, back on. There we go. Where did I put it? Oh, here we go. It's so ridiculous. And there's these little feathers right along here. Let's see. It's just super sweet. There's a hole in it right here. I don't even know what happened to it. Where was it made? I think in the USA. But this has been with me through many a move and many a different kind of costume night or celebration. And like I said, I'll be wearing this because of our next podcast that we're going to be recording in just a little bit. We're going to be talking about the final episode of The Crown, which included now King Charles's wedding to Camilla. And of course, as they do over there, everybody was wearing little fascinators and cute little hats. So I figure if that's what I'm going to be podcasting about, I need to be dressed up as well. So the all-in-one color stick, you can see it kind of gave like a youthful dewiness to my skin. It's one of the other reasons that I love it. You can apply it on bare skin or over any type of foundation, a cream or a powder. It really is nice. So if you do like more of a matte look on certain areas, maybe you have oily skin or there's areas with larger pores that you like more of a matte look, you could use this product on top and it's still going to give that nice glow to your skin. Let's do a really quick eye. My liquid eyeshadows are part of the products that are on sale this month. All eyeshadows, mascaras, and lip products are on sale at minutewithmary.com. This one is one of my favorites and it's super, super easy. It's my liquid eyeshadow in the shade Reverent, and you just swipe it on your lower lid and then you can blend it with a finger or a brush. And I think that this is why it's one of my favorites, is I honestly just use my finger. And I go right around the edge and I bring it up. It's a beautiful champagne shimmer. This is one of my most popular eyeshadows because it's so easy. You can apply it in the car on the ride somewhere, as long as you're not driving, or if you are driving, wait until you're stopped at the parking lot. But it's just so pretty. It's so pretty, so easy. You can use it with other pressed shadows or other liquid shadows. You can kind of mix and match. And then as you blend it out, it loses some of its shimmer. So wherever it's really concentrated is going to help kind of reflect that light. But if you don't want an all over saturated shimmer, you just blend and it will turn more into that matte champagne shade. So I'm just kind of bringing it up. I need a little bit more on that eye. There we go. So I'm probably going to be podcasting twice today, as I will be doing the series finale of The Crown with Blake in just a little bit. And then I'm expecting to do the season finale, there we go, season finale of Percy Jackson with my son Reese. So we are keeping busy here in the Larson household. So that right there, how pretty is that? And so easy, like I said, you don't need any expertise. You can use an eyeshadow brush or you could just use your fingers, but it's really just nice and light and beautiful, whether it's day to day or date night or any kind of experience that you're going to. This eyeshadow in the shade Reverent is amazing. It's so amazing. I'm going to fix my eyebrows, as my eyebrows have a mind of their own. They're a little crazy. I'm going to have to trim them down a little bit. I like to just comb through my eyebrows if I don't have a very fancy eyeshadow look, as my eyebrows are naturally thick. Some of them are graying, which makes them turn invisible. So if that's you, you could take a little bit of the eyeliner and just kind of go in the areas that are either thinning out or that are turning invisible thanks to those little silver strands. So I'm losing some. A lot of us will lose them more in the tail area or right here in the arch. I'm losing some, of course, also right here. So I just going to fill in, but I'm not necessarily going into structure or anything. You can, of course, but if you have super thick eyebrows like me, which I heard that thin eyebrows are coming back. Is that true? Is that true? Because if so, I will once again not be on trend. Will you follow that trend, or are you already on that trend? Because that's what's happened to your eyebrows. Because if you have skinny eyebrows, as I said, I heard through the grapevine, they're coming back, but not for this lady. Not for this lady. Karen says, pretty in sapphire blue, my favorite color. Are you going somewhere special? I'm going to my podcast studio, Karen. We're going to be podcasting about the Crown series finale. And of course, in that episode, there's a wedding. So I wanted to dress like I was going to the wedding myself. And I, oddly enough, have a shirt that matches my blue fascinator. So thank you so much for the compliment. Because it's a fun hat, and it's fun to get dressed up, even if you're just going into your in-home studio, podcast studio. All right. Another thing that I wanted to share with you, a lot of people, when they come to me at minutewithmary.com, they are talking about things that make them feel less confident. And one of those chief complaints is, I look tired. A lot of that is this discoloration in this inner eye corner. or that your eyes might look a little small, whether that's because gravity has gotten a little bit of sagginess to the eyelids, or just that's how your eyes were made. So this is one of my little secret weapons. It's a stick eyeshadow in a matte nude shade. It's called Deliberate. And what I like to do, I sometimes even use it instead of concealer, especially if I'm just doing like a little something and I don't really want to have to go wild. So if you have darkness in this inner eye corner area and you don't like concealer just becomes too much, or you're not really big into like lots of makeup, this stick eyeshadow might actually work really well for you. You just draw it where you need it. You could see I had that little pop of light, and I even start to bring it a little bit down because I do have some more darkness there, and I just blend it out with my finger. You can use a concealer brush, but honestly, for me, I just find my finger works wonders, and it just really brightens it up. It looks super natural. It's not like a shimmer or anything like that, but it really just brightens it up. So I go right where I have the discoloration, just draw it like a crayon. I love hats. I was sorting through hats today, writes Karen, separating winter hats from summer. Oh, that's awesome. I don't have too many hats, but those that I do have, they stick with me. This matte eyeshadow can also go underneath your brow to help with that lift of the arch. This will also help give a lift if you do find that your eyebrows are getting a little droopy thanks to gravity. So right there, right under that peak of the eyebrow. And then the other trick, if your eyes look like they're getting a little small or tired, is you can actually write right there on that waterline with this same stick eyeshadow. It's the shade Deliberate, and it's going to bring out the whites of your eyes. It looks slightly ridiculous until you've added some mascara, just because you don't normally have that color right there. It's usually a little bit more closer to your skin tone, but this will help make your eyes look more awake and alert once you add that mascara. But yeah, I don't have a ton of hats. I really never had a big hat collection. But then again, when you've got a statement piece like this one, you don't need a whole collection because you've got this crazy looking thing, which I absolutely adore. I absolutely adore it. Okay, so I'm going to go on in. Like I said, we're going to be podcasting in a moment. I forgot to add some setting spray. I'm going to continue to have this dewy look. Frequently when I'm down in the podcast studio, I do more of a matte look, but I am going to be going out later today, so I'll keep this dewiness. I love it. It's youthful. It's light. A lot of my skin is coming through because of it being that light BB cream. I just had on those cream products, the all-in-one color sticks, and I'm going to let this Prime and Set Mist sit for a little bit. It's just, you think of it like the finishing touch, the hairspray to really lock in the hold of your hair, but this is for your face. It's not sticky, it's not tacky. You mist it on, and once it dries, it really helps the makeup stay put and makes it long lasting. So if you're someone who you put your makeup on the beginning of the day and then by lunchtime or by the time you come home, it doesn't look like you have a stitch on, that might be a product that you might want to try out if you're not already doing a primer or setting product. And then I'm just going to curl these little lashes. They're not so little right now. I've been actually seeing some pretty cool growth with my lashes, which has been really neat. Do, 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 do. All right, I hear Butterbeer. She's like, Mom, you're home. You're home and you're not playing with me. She has been really, really active today. God bless her. We took a nice long walk. I'll do another one in a little bit, but she's definitely got a lot of energy right now. And I have to podcast, so I won't be able to help her too awfully much. You know what I want to do? I'm going to take, I've been showing this a lot. This is my liquid eyeliner in the shade Perfect. It has a marker tip edge, and I have found that I can tightline without it smudging all over the place, and it really helps make the base of my lashes look nice and thick. Without having to do a lot of eyeliner. But what I actually want to do, because I'm wearing all this blue, I figure I'll do something a little wild. I'll do something fun. I'm going to go in with a blue eyeliner, and we're just going to have fun right now because I'm wearing a blue fascinator. So let's go all in, right? Let's go all in. So I'm just going to go right above those lashes. And if you wear glasses, this is a really fun thing to do. It glides beautifully, and it's going to give a nice pop to your eyes without making your eyes look any smaller or anything like that. It's a really nice fine tip, so you're not going to have to worry about it being too thick unless you want it to. And I really do it pretty much like above my pupil and then outwards. You can go in and you know, however you like to do your eyeliner, you can do it. But this is the look that I'm going for right now. But I do want to add a little bit of a wing. I have to figure out which direction. I'm going to go like that. And it's such a nice fine tip that really it allows me to have a very delicate wing. I'll connect it and then I'll aim here. Aim is the special word when you're doing a wing, right? Like we're aiming for there. We're gonna see how it goes. And I have some tips and tricks if you're someone who wants to try doing a little bit of a wing. But what I like about wings is I like to have them turn a little upward. And then after I put on my mascara almost just blends right into it. So it's just a little extra something to add a little pop to the eyes. But this is also part of the special, is this liquid eyeliner, this kind of graphic blue. It's a deep blue, like it's deeper than my shirt. It's like a navy blue. It's called Picturesque. But it's the only colorful shade that I have right now in my graphic eyeliner. And to be honest, I absolutely love it. So I'm glad that I'm going to be rocking it today. All right, going to take my Quadra. This is the mascara that I've been wearing recently. It has a lash growth serum inside of it, also a lash primer. It is a tubular mascara. Tubular, man, I feel like we're back in the 90s. Meaning that it coats your lashes. And it actually really makes it super easy to remove. You just take warm water and you go like this and it just slides off your lashes. You don't have to worry about making a big old mess and having raccoon eyes. Because there's lash primer built inside, if you have watery or oily eyes, this is going to help it hold on even more. And it also has lash growth serum, so if your lashes are a little bit on the shorter side and you want to enhance them and help with their growth, it is an all-in-one product rather than having to put on multiple things. Hi Hallie, how are you? Hey Denise, good to see you. Thanks for popping on in. Hope that you're doing well. I really like that this mascara is super smooth. Some mascaras, especially after a few uses, they kind of get a little chunky and too thick, and then your lashes get all glumpy together. So this one is really smooth. It actually has two different sides of the wand. There's one side that is thicker bristles that really help kind of grab each lash, and then there's another side that are shorter silicone bristles to deposit a bit more product. So you get to play around. You can even just kind of turn the wand around. I know some people would often use two different mascaras just because they like how the wands are different. And I like how this one, depending upon how you spin it, you'll be able to get the different sides of that wand and really get the benefits of both. Oh, I still hear her barking. Can you hear her barking? Little Butterbeer. She's saying, come on out, Mom. She knows we're going to be podcasting, so she knows she's going to have to sit alongside us as we podcast. She can always tell. Dogs are so smart. Cats are smart too. Lumos is on her A game. She knows when we're podcasting as well. All right. So there we go. And I don't think I made too big of a mess. I always make a mess of myself when I put mascara on live. I can't not talk when I'm live putting on mascara. I just feel ridiculous not doing it. But then in the process, I'm moving and shaking. So if you do get mascara on your eyelid, a couple of tips for you. Let it dry. And then you can use a spoolie or a clean Q-tip or even like a cleaned old mascara wand. Just after you're done with a mascara, you can wash it and you just rub it back and forth and it's going to flake right off. If you touch it while it's wet, you're going to create a mess. So don't touch it while it's wet. But a couple other tips for you is what I didn't do is you need to hold the mirror down here under your chin so that way when you're applying, it's just going up to air. What I was doing was looking at a mirror right here, and you want to know what I would hit? I would just hit that big old saggy eyelid that I was trying to avoid. So do as I say, not as I do if you're trying to avoid mascara smudges. All right, I am pretty much done. I'm just going to put on a little lip gloss. A little bit of lip gloss. And this is one of my go-to shades. This is for those of you who just like a nude lip gloss, just the everyday one. It's the shade Luxe. And this, of course, is part of my sale, as all of my eye and lip products are on sale in February for all the smooching that you want to do on Valentine's Day. but it's kind of like a warm toned pinky nude. Really a nice natural color. So if you like that thick, kind of glossy, not thick, but if you like that glossy look to your lips, not necessarily matte, but if you like that shine, it's going to make your lips appear fuller because it has that shine. And what I really, really love about these lip glosses, I've loved these now for so many years. It's one of my favorite products. I wear these almost every single day. They're not sticky or tacky. A lot of lip glosses that really give this beautiful shine and fullness to your lips, you pull your lips apart and it's like you're pulling apart a mozzarella stick. This is just really beautiful, nice and smooth. My lips don't get stuck at all. It's really just a gorgeous product, nice and easy size. You could keep it in your purse or your car or your pocket. But as you could see, I just think it's an absolutely lovely natural look. So thanks so much for hanging out with me on this Minute with Mary. I'm going to head on down to our podcast studio for our friends who tune in at jointhenerdclan.com, our beloved Patreon community. We are recording that final episode of Keep Calm and Crown On. So got my fascinator. I'm ready to go, and I will talk with you soon. Thanks so much for hanging out on this Minute with Mary. If you have any questions whatsoever, or makeup questions or skincare questions, please do not hesitate to reach out. And if you didn't know, I am actually giving gifts all month long. Every single order in the month of February comes with a trial size of my upgraded and new taste. What am I trying to say? New flavor. There we go. You saw the F on my lips. I'm like, formula? No, new flavor of my liquid collagen. So every single order at minutewithmary.com in the month of February, I'm going to be sending along a sample so you can try it out at home and see if that is something that you might like to try it out and enjoy. All right. Thank you so much. Have a great day. I need to learn how to talk before I go podcast.